Today we will be making fire cider.
I'm Liana with the Serendipitous Life. So today I'm going to be making fire cider. What is fire cider? Fire cider is a traditional herbal tonic that is great to help prevent colds, flus, and it just really helps with circulation and helping you along through the cold and flu season. The main ingredient that is a staple of fire cider is going to be raw apple cider vinegar. So I have that here. You can use Bragg's apple cider vinegar. This one comes from Missouri. The big thing is that you want it with the mother. The mother is what has made it. It is what is making it active. If it's just like a processed apple cider vinegar, it's not going to do you any good. Most it's good for is making pickles. So traditional apple cider vinegar is great for a lot of things. It's good for leg cramps. It's good for the immune system. You can use it if you have a fever to bathe with it in a tub if you have a fever. It's good for athlete's foot. You name it. It's good for a lot of things. So that's one of the main ingredients that's going to be in there. The other main ingredients are going to always be onions, garlic, and then an optional is going to be your hot peppers. Some people use cayenne pepper. Really, this recipe is very open for interpretation. Ginger, turmeric, so you've got your ginger. I don't have any fresh turmeric, that would be better, so I'm going to be using some powdered turmeric. And then I'm going along with what you normally would see as the 4 thieves. Everyone knows that famous company that makes that special oil, essential oil that is good for colds and flus. And some of the main ingredients in that is going to be rosemary, sage, I believe there's cloves in there. I don't have any cloves, or I would put that in. Lemon. So I'm kind of making up a recipe. I'm going by Rosemary Gladstar's book, Fire Cider. Now, I've heard a lot about fire cider. I'm gonna be honest, this is my first time making it. There are a million recipes out there. This book has a ton of recipes in there with different variations from different herbalists who have created it. But Miss Rosemary Gladstar was the original creator of fire cider. Now, with most herbal medicines, I will say she's the original creator, but she will say in her book that it was based off of other herbalists. It's just that she was the first one to coin a name and to create it and actually make it popular. So she was teaching people in her herbal school about fire cider, and it took off from there. And so there's tons of different recipes. They're all in this book. She gives you a great story about fire cider and how they had to fight with trademarks of people who tried to trademark fire cider, even though this is something that really shouldn't be trademarked. It goes all into it here in the book. I'm just delving in, and I'm seriously enjoying this book. So I recommend it to anyone. You can get it on Amazon. You can find it in a lot of used bookstores. So first things first, I'm going to start chopping and cutting these things up, and I'll kind of go through everything that I'm putting in it as we go. First things first, we're gonna chop our onions. I'm doing, because it's what I have, it's really all about what you have and what you have availability to. I'm gonna do some onions. This is a sweet onion. This is my compost bin over here. I do not drink Coffee Mate creamer, but my mom and dad do, and they recycle them, and so I got it from them. But I have 1 sweet onion and then 2 yellow onions. I'm just gonna do a basic rough chop of these. All right, so the onions are gonna go into the jar. gonna do our garlic. Ended up with about 8 nice sized heads of garlic that I chopped up, and that's gonna go into the jar. Next, I'm gonna put on my gloves and we're gonna chop up the jalapenos. I've got 3 nice sized jalapenos that are gonna go in. Bam, got our jalapenos. Next, I'm going to chop up a lemon and an orange, and they're gonna go in to the bunch. I'm just gonna leave the peels on them. This is gonna provide with citrus, vitamin C, antioxidants for the thing. This is actually a tangerine, not an orange. Got the goodies in there. Next, I'm going to chop up the ginger and the galangal root. So I don't know a lot about galangal root. I've done some research, but when I was looking for turmeric, they didn't have turmeric, but they had this. Everything I've read says it's closely related to ginger and turmeric, but this has a cooling effect as well, so I thought that might be nice to have something cooling in there to counteract some of the spice. It's also anti-inflammatory, and it's supposed to be good for antifungal, antibacterial, so I'm going to throw this in as well. So we'll get this chopped. All right, we got our ginger and our galangal root, and this smells amazing. Now we've got some rosella. So I've been growing this rosella for the first time this year, and I'm loving it. I'm going to just kind of show you what rosella is. It is a type of a fruit. It has these red leaves that you can make hibiscus tea out of. I guess I could take these gloves off. And then it's got this little fruit on the inside. This little fruit, it has a mucilaginous kind of texture to it, which is really good for like sore throats and things like that. It's in the marshmallow family. So this is going to be good for both of those reasons, but the leaves are very rich in antioxidants as well. So this is just going to make a lovely, beautiful color and flavor to it. Everything is quite full, so I'm going to give it a nice mash just to get everything down in there. Only thing I have left are my herbs, but I want to have room. Now, the herbs that I'm going to put in here is I have some thyme, I have some rosemary, I have some sage, and I have some Thai basil. I'm going to be putting both the leaves and the seeds in here because the seeds are very antioxidant and have great medicinal uses as well. All right, so I'm going to put a nice size spoon of turmeric in here that I have left. About a tablespoon, and now I'm going to top this off with apple cider vinegar with the mother. Always with the mother. Oh, and this is a new bottle. Top her off. Beautiful. And I'm going to put a lid on. I have one that's got a little airlock. I don't think that's really necessary, but it is a ferment of a type. And then I'm going to give it a nice shake. Ooh. See how we are. Maybe go ahead and put a little bit more in there. Get those herbs in there a little bit better. we're gonna let this go for 4 to 6 weeks. In 4 to 6 weeks, we're gonna strain this off. We will bottle it up and drink a shot glass of it every day during cold and flu season. I'm probably going to experiment with others as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching me make my first fire cider. I'll give you updates and let you know how it comes out, and we will try others and see what we can come up with. I really hope you hit like and subscribe, help me grow this channel, and I just want to tell you thank you for watching, and God bless our mess. Goodbye.